real word for real life in a real world. A real word for real life in a real world. A real word for real life in a real world. A real word. Real word.
Introducing Gomer Faith Ministries Senior Pastor, Pastor Michael A. Lewis.
Good afternoon. Welcome to another series with me, Pastor Mike from Gomer Faith Ministries, on laying the foundation of the family. I trust and pray that you've had a great week so far. Well, we are closing in to that great and wonderful day. In 5 days' time, it will be Christmas Day, and we will be rejoicing and being glad. And the reason for the season is because Jesus came for you and for me. Well, again today, as we look at laying some more things on our foundation, because if you improve, that means you will strengthen your family. And when your family is strengthened, that means your family will be healthy, your family will be successful, your family will be blessed, your family will be all that God intended your family to be. So it's important for us to make sure that we continue to lay good things in the foundation that we are building with our family. You know, again, this season that we're in now, lots of people will be gathering together, but there will be lots of families gathering together. And, you know, families made up in so many different things. You know, you've got loads of close friends, okay, that is a part of your family. And so you've got work colleagues that are part of your family. You've got those at college or uni who's a part of your family. And so it's important for us to make sure that we are absolutely got a mindset of a family person. And for that, you know, we've been learning over the last months and months now the importance of all these different things that we've been putting into the family. And so by us putting into the family, we receive something back. And it's nothing more sweeter and better than when you put in, you get back out. So it's encouraging for us to put in so we can get back out. What is it you're putting into your family? And I hope that you're putting in all the right things so when you get back, you know, it was so sweet, can cause her to be a better person. And so that was really kind of sweet when I read a text from my niece. And that's what you do when you put in, you get back out. And so today I just wanted to speak to you for a little while from the book of Proverbs. It's one of my favorite books because Solomon, the wisest man on the earth at the time, he got some real great revelation from God. He got some insight from God, and God really spoke to him because, you know, initially God asked Solomon for whatever he wanted, he'll give it to him. And Solomon asked for wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And by golly, when you read the Proverbs or Ecclesiastics, you will absolutely see the benefit of asking for wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. What Solomon did, he asked for that, and God gave it to him in abundance. And so he's got so much there. So if you're going to be the book of Proverbs and the book of Ecclesiastics, those are two great books for you to read and meditate on them, study them, pray over them, and follow the instructions. And I tell you what, your life will never be the same once you get a grip of what is being said in that particular book. So today, Proverbs chapter 20 and verse 5, it says, a plan in the heart of a man is like a deep water. So the plans in a man's heart is like deep water. But a man of understanding draws it out. So we get the plan from God, and it's like a deep waters. It's like the plans of God goes into our hearts, into our minds, but it goes down deep, okay? But it's going to take something to draw it out. And here's what we take to draw it out. Understanding draws it out. And Solomon is teaching here, this powerful teaching here, by simply saying a plan in the heart of a man is like deep waters, but a man of understanding draws it out. And so we focus on the word plan, don't we? Because all of us have made plans. I know that you've made so many plans for the coming days, particularly for the 25th. You've made so many plans for that day. Family coming over, friends coming over, you're planning this, you're planning that, you're planning this, you're planning that. And it's good to make plans, and it's good to have plans so you can have some form of structure, some form of organization. So when you put a plan together, you've got a structure, you'll be organized a little much better than when you don't have a plan. When a person don't have a plan, you're not going to really do very well, because if there's no plan, you plan to fail. And so it's important for us to have a plan and put it in place. And Solomon constantly told us, in this book, that you need to have a plan. Okay, you need to have a plan, and by having this plan, you put your mind to the basic principles. Because once you have a plan, there's certain things that you have to make the plan come to pass. And so it's important that our minds now kick in. Okay, and then when our minds kick in, it is the building block. Okay, my mind now becomes a building block. I'm starting to use my mind to build on what I want to do. Okay, so there are some things that I have to have right. My thoughts need to be right. Okay, so if I'm going to be successful, I've got to have a good thought. I need to think about it, think about it, think about it. Don't just run in and do it. Think about it, think about the cost, think about the price it's going to take, think about all the things that will cause you to maybe stumble and fall, okay? Look at all the things that's not going to help you. So our thoughts is meant to be in this. If we are going to have a plan, okay, we need to have a good, strong thoughts. And so your thoughts, you need to think about it. And like I said, so often we run and we do things, but we haven't really thought about it, okay? You haven't really planned it out and thought about it. So it's very, very important that over this Christmas period that we take some time to think about things before we commit, especially coming into the new year. Many of us want to make these great big promises, okay, that I'm going to do this next year, I'm going to do that next year. But have you really thought about it? Have you really thought about what it's going to cost you to do it? So we need to get to that place where we really think about things before we jump and run and do it. We know that we've got to understand the thing that we're trying to build, don't we? The plan, okay, the thoughts, and now the understanding. Do I really understand it? One of the worst things you could do is to get involved in something you don't understand. You've got no understanding about that particular thing. but yet you want to go and do it. Yet you want to take it on. First thing first, you need to think, and then you need to sit down, and then you need to get a better understanding on that which wants to take place. It's important because, so often we don't really understand what it's all about, but we get involved. We run and we do it when we shouldn't be doing it, okay? Because what happens, it can cause heartache and pain because we taken on something that we don't have an understanding about. And it's important for us to make sure that we have a good understanding about the thing that we're going to take on. And so that's important. And so we also put a value, don't we? We put a value on that which we're going to do. So we thought it through, we understand it now, now we've got to put a value on it. And I believe that it's important for us to always know what we are worth, okay? What is that worth to us, okay? It's no good you building something up and you do not put a value on it. You need to put a value on it. So over this holiday period, I hope that whatever you're desiring to do in your heart, okay, you thought it through, you've got a good understanding on it, and then you put a value on that. If you're going to go forward and do it, put a value on it. And so that value you put on it, you will not be wasting precious time, okay, because time is valuable. You will never get back that time. So, I always say to particularly young people, okay, really think it through. Is this what I really want to do? Do I really want to go to uni and get my master's and get my doctorate and, all the papers behind my name, and then you come out and you don't do anything with it? What a waste. What a waste. But I want to encourage you today, okay, to put a value on everything that you're doing, because guess what? It costs. Everything costs. To get to uni, to get all those degrees and all those doctorates and PhD, it costs. Okay, how many nights have you had to go to bed very, very late? How many mornings you've had to get up really, really, really early? And you've had to put that work in, okay? And you've put that work in, and then you eventually go up and take the exams, you pass the exams, and then you don't value what you've got. You don't value it at all. We've got to get to that place where we absolutely value it. Thinking, if you embrace good thinking, okay? If you embrace good thinking, your life will be better than what it is. It's important that we embrace good thinking. And when we embrace good thinking, our lives not only be better, but it changes. It changes things for our lives, okay, for the betterment of our lives. And so it's important that good thinking, okay, think about it. And once you've done that, it will change your life. Man has learned the art of existing. See, some of those things we just run ahead and just say, well, if it happens, it happens. No, life is not like that. And we've got to cut that out. It's important that we put things together properly and we have a good understanding about it, and we absolutely put a value on it. We think it through, and we put all these kind of things. But so many people just do things haphazardly. Just feel, well, today I'm going to get up and I'm just going to do this, do that, do this, do that. No, don't do that, because you'll have heartache. You'll have so much regrets where you just get up and just do it for doing its sake. It's important that you don't do that. And many of us just do that. We just, exist about the matter and get by somehow because we just exist. Just get by somehow. No, 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 no. Life is not about just getting by somehow. You got to have a plan. You got to think it through. You got to have an understanding. You got to put a value on it, and you got to do it properly. So you make sure you tick those boxes, and when you tick those boxes and get it done properly, you will see that your life will be much better than what it is. And that's because you're doing it properly. And so often we don't do things properly. We don't manage our homes properly. That's why we've got so much problems in our home, because we have not managed it properly. We've just got up and we just said, yep, I'm going to, how many times I've told customers, when I was doing building work, I said, don't pull down the whole house. Start from the top and come down. Do one room at a time and do it properly. But how many times have I seen jobs that I've gone on and they've pulled down the whole house into a mess? No plan. No thinking it through. Some of them they're in the garden, they're in the kitchen, they're in the living room. And they've got another person upstairs banging away in the bedrooms. Oh, no, we don't do that. We have a proper plan and we get to tick it off properly. And you'll have less headache, okay? And you will be doing things in the right and proper way. And then, sometimes it just causes so much grief, so much arguments by not doing it right. How many times have I seen, people come home from work, a hard day's work, a long day's work, and they come home and the house is in disarray because there's not been no plans, not been no thoughts, not been no understanding about what's going on here. Not got a value on the person who's coming home from work, tired, long day, and the house is all over the place because we're not doing things in the right and proper way. So it's important what we just don't exist by just knocking down things and doing things, okay? But guess what? We must do it properly. But most people can't cope with life. Do you know that most people can't cope with life? They can't cope with the planning. That's why they veer off all the time, because it's a routine. They don't like routine. And if you're going to be successful and you're going to be a really healthy family, you need good practice. You need good routine. And it's so often that you find that there is no good practice, no routine. Okay? Consistency, discipline, order, all these kind of things. We need to make sure that we put them in place so we can be a healthy family, we can be a successful family. And God wants that for us. So often we blame others, but we need to check ourselves. And that's because we've not got ourselves in order, in the right and proper way. And once you do that, you will see that it makes a difference for our lives. So, families, you got to fight for this. It's important for you to fight for the right things to be done in your family, okay? Got to fight for it, because the enemy loves to keep us in disarray. He loves to see us all over the place. He loves to see us failing. But family, you fight for what's right. Because when you fight for what's right, okay, you will see the results. And don't allow other people's standards to compromise your standard. Because a lot of people, well, this is how, you know what I mean, it's done. What's the big deal? Why do you feel that you need to do it that way? Well, all you got to do is just do it, you know, the simple way here like this, and that's it. No, 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 no. You've got a standard. Keep the bar high, okay? Constantly teach your children, teach your family to keep the bar high. Don't compromise in any shape, form, or way, okay? Because when you are away from your family, you've got to be representing your family. And so when you represent your family, they can say, that's kind of family that, boy, I'd love to be in. Look at the standard of that chap there. I can tell that he comes from a good home. I can tell she comes from a brilliant home because of the standard, because of how she handles things and does things with that spirit of excellence. And we're seeing that fall away from the family today. Family's not looking like a family of excellence anymore. Anything goes, anything works. No. No, 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 no. It doesn't work like that. We need to set a standard. A good family, you can tell when it's a good family, is a standard, okay? And that standard is high. And you've got to keep that standard every single day. Don't. That's why, you know, when you go to really 5-star hotels, or if you go to Harrods, or you go to Selfridges, or, you know, the Dorchester, you see the standard is high. They don't drop down to the bloke down the road. No, they don't. They keep that standard. So their clientele that comes through those doors has got that standard. So the people who are coming through those doors, okay, they're going to spend in that store because there's a standard in that store. You know how many times I've driven past and I see some little shop there, and it hasn't even got a decent sign up on the top of it to tell you what it's all about. It's boarded up and the window's broken. I said, who are you representing there? What industry are you representing? And we're like that. We represent our family wherever we go. So the standard needs to be exactly at that level. So it's important for us to fight. Fight for your right. Don't allow anyone to squash you down and say, well, you don't need to do all of that. No, that's the way how you do it. You know, I don't just rinse out the cup with just water at home. I put soap liquid in, I get the cloth and I wash it out properly, rinse it off properly, dry it properly, and put it away properly. That's how I was brought up. That's how I was taught. But some people just shake it out over the sink with the water and then turn it down. And, you know, next minute the drainer's got that stain on it and all sorts of stuff going on. I'm just showing you these are those practical things that we need to be able to place in our own lives. In our own lives. Put back the standard. Put back the value on your family. And so you've got to fight for that. Okay? And it's important for us to do that. We've got to work hard. Work hard. It's never going to be easy. But you are able to do it. And The working is in you and in me. So, today, we've learned a little bit more about the importance of laying some foundation for a family. May this holiday period be a blessed one for you, because God loved towards us. He had a plan. He laid a good foundation to set you and I free. May God bless you, and may you celebrate our Lord Jesus Christ.
A real word for a real life in a real world. A real word for a real life in a real world. A real word for a real life in a real world. A real word. Real word.
Introducing Gomer Faith Ministries Senior Pastor, Pastor Michael A. Lewis.